Hey, 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 what's up, my good peoples? Yay. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum salam. Yes, yes, yes. We here, we made it. We back to you with another one. We back with it with another one. Do you hear me? Yes, yes, yes. We live, baby. You know how we do it. Let's jump straight into it. So, I got my flag. If y'all look closely at that flag right here, right? It looked like the sun, don't it? Like what's inside the green? It looks like the sun. You feel me? Because that's the light. You feel me? So this presentation is the divine or GMO. That's what this presentation is called, y'all. Divine or GMO. Okay? I'm gonna add I'm about to add my love on her, y'all. So we're gonna get her on her. So she should be joining. She might not show a screen, but she should be joining. So the flag though, why is this flag so important? Y'all know me, I'm all about the working of the mind, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm all about the working of the mind, claiming victory before defeat, and claiming victory and never defeat because of the fact that first of all, I'm real big on words, right? So with it being that I'm real big on words, I'm real big on words in such a way where they say there's life and death in the tongue, okay? And then they say there's life and death in the tongue, and then they say that the pen is mightier than the sword, okay? So I'm gonna add my screen on here. I'm gonna add my screen on here, okay? And we're gonna get into it. We're gonna, pull this information up. I like to see. I'm real big on doing it as I go. Uh, preparation makes for perfection. You know what I'm saying? Uh, is that how they say it? Proper preparation meets proper preparation meets uh great performance. So as y'all can see right here, as y'all can see right there, right? Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Proverbs 8, chapter 18, verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it and indulge it will eat its fruit and bear the consequences of their words. All right. So we're gonna go into why these things are so why these statements or these quotes is so important. The pen is mightier than the sword. Is that in the Bible? It says it's not directly in the Bible. It says words, Hebrews 4:12. Word is a sharper sword. Word is a sharper sword. Sword of the spirit. But that's saying the pen is mightier. The pen is mightier with the sword. The phrase that describes why I write what I write. You know what I'm saying? So the pen is mightier than the sword is a famous saying meaning that communication, ideas, and words have more power to affect change and influence people than violence or military force. Words over force. The phrase suggests that reason, arguments, laws, and shared ideas, the pen can achieve more profound and enduring results than physical conquest than the sword. Right here. The pen is mightier than the sword is an expression indicating that the written word is more effective than violence as a means of social or political change. This sentiment has been expressed with metaphorical contrasts of writing implements and weapons for thousands of years. The specific wording that the pen is mightier than the sword was first used by author Edward Bulwer Lytton, right? So, with that being said, my brethrens and sisterins, the pen is mightier than the sword, and is death and life in is death and life in the tongue. So, if it's death and life in the tongue, then that means that the tongue is the one that speaks words. Therefore, meaning that words have a significant influence on your daily life because you literally use words to express the thoughts that come to your mind. You literally express your emotions, you express how you feel, you express what you need, you express what you want. You know, I'm real big on saying need for nothing, want for nothing because it's already accounted for. But the words, the sound that you express to communicate with others is through way of words. You feel me? So, what's up, lovely? I didn't know you was on here, girly. What you doing?
I asked you could you send it to my laptop, but you didn't.
I did. You said send it to your phone.
I said send it to my messenger.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Go check. Let them see you check it too. I want to share your screen.
Cause you didn't.
Go share your screen
Baby,
then.
it's not on.
Oh God, it is.
All I need is that on guy. Take it back.
All right, we ain't gonna put it on God, y'all. All right. So anyhow, we welcome you, my love,
Yeah,
to
guys.
we welcome you on this beautiful evening, this beautiful night. You feel me? You
hmm
see, I got the flag with us today. You feel me?
What type of flag is that?
It's the Moroccan flag. That's the Moor flag. That's your flag. That's your flag that your ancestors fought for, as they say. So let's continue on. So again, it's death and life in the tongue. It's death and life in the tongue. So again, it means that the words that is used on a daily has a great influence on your psyche, on your mind. You feel me? and the words that you use puts you in different type of rooms. So when you utilizing a more extensive vocabulary, you know what I'm saying, you upper with the big dogs when you using extensive vocabulary, because I tell you what, I've heard of men and women saying they won't even sit with certain people if they use a certain type of vocabulary. You know what I'm saying? They won't even sit with them. They won't even eat with them. They won't even do anything with them because their vocabulary is not extensive. It's not expansive enough uh, for their liking. Therefore, meaning, and that's deep because it's like, okay, I don't use certain words or my vocabulary. Some people don't even have the means to have that in depth of a vocabulary because they're still learning. You know what I'm saying? You got people that grew up in the hood. You got people that grew up in the slums. You got people that don't even speak English, you know what I'm saying? Or speak certain languages. So they're still learning how to articulate certain words. So those type of people are pretty prideful. Um, and they're really not that humble, but it works for them. So we don't judge them. It works for them because it's what they attract. You feel me? And it goes back to what I was telling y'all, you attract, this life is like already predestined, you know what I'm saying? Like everything that you come in contact with, you attract it by way of your thinking or your desires or what have you, you know what I'm saying? But we already went over it in the last presentation. Um, we went over that about the Sprite can thing, but words, and then it's like the pen is mightier than the sword because, just like at law, you think you go in the courtroom and you pleading with the damn judge. You pleading with the damn judge to tell him, "Oh, I'm innocent," and blah 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 blah. You trying to accu acclimate your point to the judge to basically express your truth. You know what I'm saying, to secure your freedom or express your truth. You know what I'm saying, express your truth in variables and factors and ways that you know for this judge to comprehend you and maybe give you a slap on the motherfucking wrist to say okay, and let you go from let you go from uh from the consequences that you potentially may face from the shit you did. You feel me? But the thing is like you sit here and you running your mouth. Brody, these people do business through the pen. They'll write your whole life on paper. Your freedom is on paper. When they sign that contract and when they sign, you can change your whole life with a pen by signing certain contracts, by putting your autograph in certain places on a document. You can change your whole life. You feel me? You can make millions uh with a pen. You feel me? You don't even gotta use your mouth. You can just put your signature on there and you authorize the payment for millions of dollars to come into your to be to be deposited directly into the chosen account that you specified for it to be uh d- deposited directly to. You see what I'm saying? So in whatever you signing, it's a document. So therefore, guess what? It has words. So words play an extensive role in communication. Communication plays an extensive role in relationships, whether if they're intimate relationships, whether if they business relationships, whether no matter what type of relationships, communication is the key foundation to all relationships. If you can't talk with your partner, if you can't talk with your loved ones or your partners. You know what I'm saying? If you can't communicate, if you can't communicate with your loved ones, with your wife, with your husband, you know what I'm saying, your children, if you cannot communicate properly to get them to comprehend what you saying versus screaming and yelling and having a motherfucking battlefield 9 with your goddamn mouth and y'all sitting here going back and forth yelling at each other, you know what I'm saying, literally Call of Duty with words, it's not gonna be no type of comprehension taking place within that screaming battle. So this is why talking with your partner is very important. You know what I'm saying? Talking with your loved ones, communicating with your loved ones and getting your point across and then listening, you know what I'm saying? Listen more than you speak. You feel me? That's what they say. You can learn a lot when you just listen. You feel me? Um, so we jumped off into that and I named the presentation, I named it Divine or GMO because of the fact that this goes back to like what you putting into your body. I was just talking to my cousin about this, and he was talking about how his parasites all in his belly, and because he be talking about how he want to fast and he want to change his diet, and he wants to quit eating red meat and all this type shit. And he's like, man, I be wanting to quit, but he's just like, man, them parasites be on my ass. You feel me? They be like, they be wanting that meat. They be wanting them sweets. They be wanting everything that, you feel me? They be wanting everything. You feel me? So, uh, you might. This is how they're saying that mind over matter is a real thing because it's like you pushing to fast, you pushing to you know choose a better diet so you can exercise. You know what I'm saying? You exercising then, and you might want to change your diet while you exercising. But that belly though, that lower part of you, that lower abode part of you is like, man, I want some junk food. You feel me? I want some motherfucking candy. I want some sweet tarts. And there ain't nothing wrong with none of it. You feel me? I'm for it all. You hear me? I ain't knocking none of it. But I'm as far as what I'm saying is when you trying to change your lifestyle and you trying to, basically kind of like, you know, um, yeah, you trying to up your lifestyle. You elevating. You prospering in your being. You know what I'm saying? You becoming more spiritual, more godly, what have you. If you ask me, God isn't everything. I don't care what it is. As long as you doing right, righteousness, you feel me? Then you feel me? You on your way. But uh, that's cool. And speaking on righteousness, like I was saying earlier, I was talking to one of the brothers, and I'm just like, I cannot help to say it enough how real this life is. You feel me? And when I say that, I really mean that wholeheartedly when I say that, y'all, because of the fact that when I say this life is real, one of the key ways I'm gonna show you how real this life is because like bro, just a couple 100 years ago, shit on this planet was taking place and shit was going on. People was doing bad things to other people. And it's like God did God did not make a set of rules for this motherfucking world, bro. Like anything goes in this world. I don't care what it is. You got all of this shit. This is how the Bible came about. You feel me? That's why people be like, oh, people be trying to downplay religion. People be trying to downplay religion like, oh, religion is a control mechanism and all of this other shit. But you gotta realize it might be if that's how you feel. It might be. But at the same time, these holy books are put in place. If you see it from another perspective, these holy books is put in place because obviously, you feel me, there had to be, well, it all depends on how we think of it. Because the question is before religion, was it holy? Was it righteousness? You know what I'm saying? And when religion came about, is that what caused corruption? Or was it the corruption was before religion? So that's what we gotta know. You know what I'm saying? But if religion was after the corruption, then that means that then that means that it had religion had to come after the corruption. So therefore, those that's claiming spirituality and stuff like that, we don't even want to say spirituality, but before the religion, but before the religion, but yeah, before the religion, obviously, before religion, it was corruption, and this is why religion was brought about. You know what I'm saying? In order to bring basically bring order to the chaos because motherfuckers didn't know how to act. And when I go to say it, this is why I'm saying that there wasn't no rules. You feel me? God didn't put you. God, there was no rules. We talking about the land of the free. You can do whatever the fuck you want on this motherfucker. You can smoke, drink, kill, destroy. You can do good, do righteous. You can be good. You can be holy. You can be sanctified. You can be pure. You can be clean. You can do anything you want on the land of the free. There is no rules, dog. There was no rules when it was slavery going on. There was no rules. There was no God to be like, quit doing that. You feel me? There was nobody to say, "Hey, stop killing that little boy over her. Stop killing that little girl over her. Stop killing that man and that woman over her." So this is why y'all gonna always hear me say, "Bro, life is really real," and it's up to you to make the right choices. It's up to you to guide your children. It's up to you to be the pure foundation for your family. It's up to you to make sure that you're doing the right thing and you're making the right choices because the choices you make today affects the many years to come. And when I say many years, I mean millions, billions, trillions. You see what I'm saying? See, we living in this new era where shit just seems so fucking fake and unreal and shit just don't feel like it don't even feel fucking real. It feels like a fucking motherfucking I don't know what the fuck you want to call it, but the shit just feels like I guess I'm an empath or I'm a so-called empath, so I can feel shit on a level that's deep. So I can feel some shit. And when I feel it is feeling of just like fakeness, like it's almost like the world ain't even real no more because people like are so caught up in this matrix and this simulation and blah. Bro, this is real motherfucking life, nigga. If somebody hit you in your shit right now, that shit gonna hurt. Somebody hit you in your motherfucking mouth right now, it's gonna hurt. If somebody fucking chop your fucking arm off, nigga, you gonna bleed the fuck to death. It's gonna fucking hurt. So this is to me is real life. So you can be talking about simulation because a fucking simulation is a fucking computerized program uh um that you can upload and download software. That's what you do with computers. You feel me? I get it. I get what people saying. But what I'm saying is bring yourself to reality and realize that this is real life, dog. The choices you make today influence life trillions of years ago. What was going on what was going on a trillion years ago and thereafter each event, each life event led up to what is right now. You know what I'm saying? Over this didn't happen overnight. You don't have pyramids in Egypt for no fucking reason, dude. They're there for a reason. And they was built so many thousands of years ago. Like them are real pyramids that somebody really put together, and they are really in alignment with with the stars, bruh, with the cosmos. Those is real pyramids, and it's in Egypt. We talking about pyramids all over this motherfucking, all over this land. There's pyramids under the ocean. You see what I'm saying? So it's civilizations under the ocean. You know what I'm saying? It's civilizations that got flooded out. That's under the ocean. You know what I'm saying? So these chain of events, these life events that has been taking place on earth is real life. And literally you're living, you exist, and you are the remnants of what was of the past. You don't just appear here for no reason. You've been here. You just probably you just incarnated some way, somehow. You feel me? And you exist, but you exist for a reason. Like I like to tell them all the time, you don't just appear in a world that's already flawed, so supposedly, I don't even want to say flawed, but you don't just live in a world where corruption is taking place, bro, and you not have no connection to it. Therefore, if you got any type of connection to it, if you can even remember anything um of the past or whatever experiences you attract that is connected to the ancient ties, it means that you've been here. You've been here. You've had experiences. Like I said, it goes back to the whole um before you even it goes back to the like his phone, right? Before I knew what this was, right? In order for you to even experience this, you had to there had to be some type of law of attraction for you to attract this phone before you ever knew that it even existed. You see what I'm saying? Before you even knew that before you even knew that phones existed, right? Your being had to already have some type of awareness or consciousness that hey, phones exist because you attracted that experience. You attracted the experience to know what a phone was, right? You attracted the experience to come in contact with the phone or to have some type of knowing that the phone exists. And then once you attracted that experience and you're experiencing that experience, now you're experiencing actually having the phone in your hand and actually playing with it. I don't want to say at hand, but you're actually observing it or what have you. You're conscious of the damn phone. You see what I'm saying? So now you experiencing what you attracted. But yeah, so with that being said about how real this shit is, um, because is the what's of the past is the remnants of today. Today is the remnants of the past. Everything that happened back then is what led up to the right now. So again, your choices you make is serious. You know what you do. You're like my homie always tell me, bro. We are one choice away from unlocking everything. It's already unlocked though. That's what I like to tell them. It's already unlocked. You just gotta vibrate on that frequency of what's of that unlock. You just gotta vibrate there because everything in life has a frequency. You know what I'm saying? Everything has a frequency, and they say God is energy, right? So with it being that God is energy, that means that that means that God is knowing of each frequency. You feel me? Because frequency is energy. You feel me? It's a level of high frequency, low frequency. You feel me? What have you? So God, the all knowing God, is already knowing of each frequency. So therefore, if you vibrating at a certain frequency, but you desire to get to another frequency, or you desire a certain type of lifestyle, then God already knows what it takes to get you to that frequency. This is why they say want for nothing, need for nothing, and always be present and allow it for it to come to you. Because if you're on a certain frequency, right, you're vibrating, you're resonating on a certain frequency, okay? But then you desire to, let's say, have a mansion. Well, that to have that mansion and literally visualizing yourself in that mansion, not telling you to go visualize, but it's already out there. You living in this mansion day to day, cooking in it, cleaning in it, having fun in it, inviting your family, that already exists. It already exists. But what that is that exists already has a frequency to it. It has a frequency of its own. So you have to vibrate, you have to literally do things that's gonna get you to that frequency. And not only that, you gotta do things to get to that frequency. The all-knowing God is gonna put you through life events to prepare you to be on that frequency. The Almighty knows what it takes to get you there. And the Almighty knows what it takes to get you to prepare you to have that big old mansion and a couple cars and have your family over and y'all doing all this fun shit and you cooking in your mansion. The Almighty already knows what it takes to get there, which essentially is your God mind, your higher mind. You know what I'm saying? So this is why meditation is very important, and meditating and visualizing and journaling and doing yoga. You feel me? And this goes into divine or GMO. Everything that I'm talking about as far as you know the choices you make, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna go into the topic of divine or GMO, because either you're gonna be a divine being or you're gonna be a genetically modified organism. You see what I'm saying? And when I say genetically modified organism, it means that what we put into our bodies, because you are what you eat, you are what you do, you are the company that you keep around you. So when you surround yourself with good people, guess what? You're gonna do good. When you surround yourself with healthy people, they're gonna influence you to be just as healthy. When you surround yourself with intelligent people that's about something, that's about business, that's about love, that's about joy, that's about creating and not destroying and taking, you're gonna be on the same type of shit. You feel me? Cause they're gonna rub off on you and you gonna fuck with how they moving. You ain't gonna be looking unless you want them more, unless you got hate in your heart and you like, you know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with that. But they leading a good ass lifestyle. They living a lifestyle that most people dream of. You feel me? And if you like, "Shit, I ain't fucking with that. I'm not about to drive around in that Porsche 911." You feel me? I'm not doing that. That's stupid. I'm not about to drive. I'm not about to go to that football game with them. That's stupid. I'm not about to go to church with them. That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we talking just the finer things in life that most people dream to have. Some people don't dream to have any fucking thing. But I'm just saying for motherfuckers who's about something want to live. You feel me? And when you see other people that's already living that shit, or those parts of you that's already living that shit, is gonna motivate you. You feel me? Those extensions of you, parts of you, because everything's connected some way, somehow, I guess. Whatever. That's a whole nother topic. But your peers is supposed to be your motivation to want to lead a better life. You go when you see, you know what I'm saying. You might have one of your role models in your family. Everybody got a role model in their family that they look up to. You feel me? Y'all want to grow up and be like, I want to grow up and be like, I want to grow up and be like pops. You feel me? I want to grow up and be like pops. I want to grow up to be like cuz. You feel me? I want to grow up to be like my mom. You know what I'm saying? She's lit. She's turned. She might not have everything in the world, but to me, she does. She got everything that she needs. She got everything that she wants. She work hard for it and what have you. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Being a divine being is everything. You know what I'm saying? And not being a genetic modified organism. Because when you partake in genetic modified shit, you feel me? Exactly. Your genetics is being modified. You feel me? By organisms. And you being the organism. You know what I'm saying? Genetic modified organism. You being the organism that's being genetically modified. It basically reverses. You feel me? The word reverses. You feel me? You the organism or your organisms are being genetically modified. You feel what I'm saying? So basically, essentially, you wondering why you acting out. You wondering why whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put no character or no behavior on it because everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? But uh, Uncle Frank, he's drunk as fuck on the goddamn corner. He's been acting out all motherfucking night long. You feel me? I mean, he's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? He's been eating bad shit and he's been drinking like a motherfucker. Nigga, his motherfucking genetics is being modified by that liquor and by that food that ain't healthy for him. You know what I'm saying? But different strokes for different folks because it's mind over matter. You can eat whatever the fuck, and that's the thing too. Is we in a world where yeah, what you eat does matter, but your mind over matter though, because you can eat some shit that you can eat whatever you want to eat, but as long as you happy in your heart, as long as God is in the center of your heart, it don't matter about a lot of shit you do. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's just like ye are the temple of gods. You know what I'm saying? Ye are the temple of gods, and ye shall not defile the temple of God, or God will defile ye. You feel me? Type shit like that. So it's having discernment at the end of the day. It's having discernment and discipline. You feel me? Because if you go to Genesis again, it talks about how God gave you the fruit and the vegetables, blah da da da, and so shall it be your meat. You feel me? Uh, I ain't gonna say blah da 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 like that, but real talk. But it's real. You know what I'm saying? Like right here it says fruits and vegetables can't literally be meat, but many plant. You feel me? That's what it says. But then we go to the Bible because a lot of people reference to the Bible. You feel me? It says, then God said, I have given you every seed bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food. It will be yours for you. But we're looking for the verse where it says, uh, we're looking for the verse. We're looking for a certain verse. I just read it the other day. What you doing, lovely? I'm gonna let her take over the class next. I think she wants to talk to y'all. You want to talk to him?
Cause I don't know what to say.
Huh?
I don't know what to say.
What you mean? You know exactly what to say. Tell him how you feel. Tell him what you know.
I glad.
Oh, okay, right there. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb, burning seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree and the which is the fruit of tree yielding seed, to you it shall be for meat. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically telling you that the fruits and the vegetables are supposed to be your meat. I'm telling you, boy, that's deep though. For a Bible verse to be in there talking about it shall be for meat, and then we got today, motherfuckers actually eat meat, actually eat flesh, carnivores, you know what I'm saying? Like animals. You feel me? That's a bad motherfucker. That means that some shit was going on back in the day. There was some shit going on back in the day because I don't even go into that. How about that? I don't even go into that because that's a whole nother topic. About the eating of the flesh and because you got people out here who eat people. You feel me? You got people who eat people. So therefore, somewhere along in their DNA genetics, it's in their being to eat people. You feel me? Eat flesh. You know what I'm saying? And that's I don't know what type of energy it is. I'm not gonna put it on no Pacific group. You feel me? A lot of people gonna say, "Oh, that's what I'm saying? That's a certain type of group of people, group of species, or whatever." But I'm not gonna put it on nobody that does that because we can just say that, man, that's learned behavior over time. You know what I'm saying? Um, what have you? But that's the animal part of yourself. Like when you eat flesh, you know what I'm saying? They consider that as carnivores. You know what I'm saying? But that's the animal part of you. You feel me? That's the animal part of you because animals eat animals. So you know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not knocking it. If that's what you choose, so be it. Motherfuckers love that motherfucking meat, boy. Motherfuckers love that rabbit, that chicken, and duck, and all that other shit. Cow. You feel me? What have you? But I do want to look up this Bible verse about where there was uh God permitted meat in the Bible. Yes, the Bible shows God permitted eating meat. First after the flood for Noah, and later through specific dietary laws, distinguishing clean from unclean animals. Although the original creation diet was plant-based, Genesis, while vegetarianism was humanity's first diet, the permission for meat came with restriction, particularly forbidding blood, symbolizing the sacredness of life, and establishing rules for acceptable consumption. Rules. So it sounds like some man-made shit. You know what I'm saying? It don't even sound like. I don't even. Me just reading it. It didn't even. It didn't even. It didn't even hit my soul. It did not. It did not register with my soul. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't. God initially gave humans and animals green plants as food. Bro, there's deers and rabbits out here that still eat green. You feel me? They still eat green. Bro, gorillas are big as fuck. They don't eat meat, gang. They eat berries and shit. And they strong than a motherfucker. So this is the mind of God we talking about. You feel me? God created big motherfucking big motherfuckers and they eat berries, bruh. That's crazy. Let's see what do gorillas eat? What do gorillas eat? They're gonna try to say they eat. Gorillas are primarily herbivores, so it means they eat herbs, bro. They eat herbs with diets focused on plants like leaves, stems, shoots, roots, and fruits, bro. It don't say nothing about meat, and these motherfuckers will beat your motherfucking head in on my mama. Interesting fact, not carnivores though. Some captive gorillas might eat meat out of curiosity. Their wild diet is overwhelmingly plant-based. Bruh, How strong are gorillas? How strong are gorillas? Yes, gorillas are incredibly strong, estimated to be 4 to 9 times stronger than the average human, capable of lifting or pulling immense weights around 1,800 pounds due to their dense muscles, powerful build, and unique muscle fiber composition, allowing them to tear down trees and bend metal. They they possess powerful jaws with a 1,300 psi bite force and use their strength for survival in their herbivorous diet and use their strength for survival in their herbivore diet and daily movement like knuckle walking and climbing. Bruh. And they do not eat meat, cuz that is powerful. Fam, that is powerful. You talking about some big dogs. And they say that humans come from apes. It's impossible. It's impossible. You feel me? It's impossible, gang. Telling you, had to be some experimenting going on in them scientific labs. That's what's going on. Genetic crossbreeding and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You talking about you dealing with scientists, bro. Back in them ancient days. Hold on. I want y'all to look at this one picture though. Serpent. Oh, that's scary. Hold on. If I can find it. So, we was pretty much getting into it though. Yeah, so yeah, the choices you make, you feel me? Man, I forgot what the yeah, the choices you make is real, dog. You know what I'm saying? The choices you choose today is gonna be is gonna be um it's gonna be the layer and foundation for tomorrow in many years to come. You see what I'm saying? So I definitely suggest doing right, you know what I'm saying? Putting the right things in the temple of God because it's a real thing. It's a real thing. You don't want to be responsible for polluting the body. If we go over here though to principles of my art, love, can you do me a favor?
Mhm. Yeah. What's the flavor?
Uh
Maybe I have to read.
she's wildin'. She's wild. I love her. She's so fucking cool, y'all. She said I have to read.
Do I? No.
can you see it
Yeah.
or is it blurry?
I can. It look better now. But I can read it. The first one says, I have not committed sin.
Yeah, it's 42 of them. We're gonna read that one. Then we're gonna read this one.
Okay.
I want to go check on these potatoes right quick. Can you read it? Can you read these for 'em,
Just read them
please?
all.
Yeah,
Okay.
but don't read them all fast though. You feel me? Just kind of like be smooth with it, okay?
Okay. I can.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Number one says, I have not committed sin. Number two says, I have not committed robbery with violence. Number three is, I have not stolen. Four, I have not slain men or women. Five, I have not stolen food. Six, I have not swindled offerings. Seven, I have not stolen from God/goddess. Eight, I have not been exclusively angry. Nine, I have not cursed God or a goddess. 10, I have not behaved with violence. 11, I have not caused disruption of peace. 12, I have not acted hastily or without thought. 13, I have not exaggerated my words when speaking. 14, I have not stolen what belongs to God/goddess. I have not overstepped my boundaries of concern. I have not cursed anyone in thought, words, or deeds. 17, I have not stolen from or disrespected the deceased. 18, I have not destroyed property belonging to God/goddess. I have not taken food from a child. I have not been angry without reason. I have not seduced anyone's wife. I have not closed my ears to truth. 23, I have not terrorized anyone. 24, I have not disobeyed the law. 25, I have not told lies. I have not carried away food. I have not cursed. I have not polluted myself. I have not polluted myself. 28. 29, I have not committed adultery. 30, I have not made anyone cry. 31, I have not felt sorrow without reason. 32, I have not assaulted anyone. 33, I have not worked evil. 34, I have not used evil thoughts, words, or deeds. 35, I have not polluted the water. 36, I have not spoken angrily or arrogantly. 37, I have not falsely accused anyone.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay, but baby, I can't see no more. So, but what is this like
You ain't finished
divine
reading.
knots? Because I can't see the rest. Did someone stop at 37? Okay. Oh, mama. 38, I have not placed myself on a pedestal. 39, I have not acted with insolence.
Insolence.
Insolence. Okay.
Insolence.
40, I have not been an eavesdropper. 41, I am not deceitful. And 42, I have not stolen anyone's land. But like,
What was you gonna
so
ask?
these are sins in someone's religion.
Nah, it's the 42 divine principles of my which she's the mother of virtues. She's the mother of virtues, you feel me?
So she's a goddess.
She's a goddess. She's a
No, but like,
goddess.
what does that mean if you have done it? You're just not pure.
No, I don't mean that. That's not what it
Yes.
means. You know, these is just like affirmations. You know what I'm saying? You know what affirmations are, right?
Yeah.
You know,
I was thinking like this is some 10 commandments in another way.
I mean, it's something similar. They're more like affirmations for good. You know what I'm saying? For your God, for your goddesshood. When you on your journey And say you might, some people get up every day and they read, like there's a saying that says you get a new brain, you get a new brain every 21 days, you get a new heart every 21 days, you get a new stomach every 21 days. It's something like, it's like 21 days or 30 days. So basically what they say is like, if you read this every single day that you woke up, it'll basically,
Basically, you're
it'll,
speaking it over your life for you to
right,
follow.
basically like you'll shift your time, you'll shift your energy, you'll shift your timeline of existence type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. And it should be more peaceful and other things like that.
Basically, you know what I'm saying, living in divine order with the principles of my you're
But
gonna
who's my eye?
who is my.
Yeah,
Well, shit, let's look then. Let's get it. Let's see who my aunt is. She wants to know who my aunt is. Who is my aunt? My aunt is an Egyptian goddess in personification of truth. Can you read? Can you read it, or do I need to expand it?
I can see.
It says my aunt is the ancient Egyptian goddess.
My mama said we should pray before we start studying. Sorry.
She said we should pray
Yeah.
for
No,
real.
mama, we don't pray. I mean, he already started before I got on here.
We can still pray. You want to pray for us, or you mean pray?
You can pray.
You want me to pray?
Yeah.
All right. You ready?
Hmm.
All right. Let me put my cup down. All right, here we go. Dear Heavenly Father who art in heaven, we want to take this moment and just give thanks and praise to the spirit of love. We want to give thanks and praise to the spirit of knowledge and knowing and wisdom. We want to give thanks and praise to the spirit of safety and joy. Uh, Dear Father who art in heaven, we want to give thanks and praise to the spirit of relationship, partnership, communication, enjoy. We want to give thanks and praise for connection, connectivity, divinity. We want to give thanks and praise for uh, peace, love, truth, justice, freedom. We want to give thanks and praise that we have healthy temples. We want to give thanks and praise to the spirit of health. We want to give thanks and praise uh, to the Almighty. You know what I'm saying? To the Almighty, to the Most High. We want to give thanks for for love and joy, blissness and abundance. We want to give thanks to the spirit of happiness and gratitude. We want to give thanks to the spirit of safety. We want to just give thanks to the spirit of knowing, hearing, and seeing. And Heavenly Father, God bless all of those uh, that's going through challenging tribulations at this moment during the holidays. And Heavenly Father, may your guidance and your blissness and your abundance and your love and joy be upon them. Uh, and may they be blessed with the things that they need and want, specifically need every single day: food, clothes, water, and shelter. Be it that those attributes of those things are accounted for them on a daily basis. God bless all the families all across the world. Um, and God bless us all. Uh, God bless all my family, my loved ones. God bless the spirit. God bless my peers. God bless this young, lovely lady um, that I'm connected with. I give thanks for her for joining and entering my life. And I just give thanks, Heavenly Father, and may our relationship continue and it grows in ways that's known and unknown. And may we go all the way through, you know, and we very comprehending with each other, communicative with each other, and we just grow and develop with each other in ways that's known and unknown. Uh, and always keep us respectfully respected towards one another. Just adult like and mature with one another. And if we ever face any challenging moments, that we get through it together. And may those challenges be for the betterment, for our growth and development to comprehend each other on a greater level. And God bless the family of ours both. And happy holidays to all. In the Lord's name we praise, in the Most High name we praise. Amen. Ashe. Amen.
Thank you.
Amen. We have it, y'all. So, my eye,
Hmm.
what they say, what's that saying? Pray to those you pray together, you stay together, right?
Yeah.
You heard that?
Yes.
So, yep. Uh,
We're
so you,
stuck.
nah, I'm about to get into it. So, Ma'at is the ancient Egyptian goddess. Let me sit up right, y'all, because I feel. Let me sit up right. Let me make sure my flag. I gotta have the flag and everything in there. So, so Ma'at is the ancient Egyptian goddess in personification of truth, justice, balance, order, and cosmic harmony, representing the fundamental principles that govern the universe and society, ensuring stability against chaos. It's fit. She's depicted as a woman with an ostrich feather on her head or wings, and her feather is central to the afterlife judgment, where the deceased heart is weighed against it to determine worthiness for paradise. Pharaohs upheld her principles, making them rulers of Ma'at. Pharaohs upheld her principles, making them rulers of Ma'at, and she was seen as the daughter of the sun god Ra. Ma'at is both a deity and the essential concept of divine order, morality in Egyptian life and religion. An ostrich feather symbolizes truth, justice, balance, and righteousness, forming a core symbol for the concept. Role in the universe, she maintained cosmic order, regulating stars, seasons, and natural forces, making the world a stable place. Role in society, Ma'at guided human conduct, law, and governance, and with pharaohs acting as her earthly representatives. Afterlife in the hall of judgment, the deceased heart was weighed against Ma'at's feather. Balanced heart meant entry into the afterlife, while an unbalanced one led to destruction by imminent depiction. Typically, a winged goddess wearing the feather, sometimes with wings on her arms, holding a scepter or an ankh. You know what an ankh is?
Is it one of those things that's like it's like shaped like a candy cane?
Nah, that's a scepter. This is an ankh right here.
Isn't it like the female symbol?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. So yeah, y'all. That's some of the information. Um that's some of the information.
I'm
It
sorry, I'm
says
sorry.
Ma'at in an ancient Egyptian religion, the personification of truth, justice, and the cosmic order, the daughter of the sun god Ra. She was associated with Thoth, god of wisdom. The ceremonial judgment of the dead, called the judgment of Osiris, named for the god of the dead, was believed to focus upon the wind of the heart of the deceased and a scale balanced by Ma'at on her hieroglyph, the ostrich feather, as a test of conformity to proper values. In abstract sense, Ma'at was the divine order established at creation and reaffirmed at the ascension of each new king of Egypt and set Ma'at order in place of Isfit disorder. The king played the role of the sun god, the god with the closest links to Ma'at. Ma'at stood at the head of the sun god's bark as it traveled through the sky in the underworld. Although aspects of kingship and of Ma'at were at times subjected to criticism and reformulation. The principles underlying these two institutions were fundamental to ancient Egyptian life and thought and endured to the end of ancient Egyptian history. Uh, yeah, all that's cool. All that's cool, but I ain't really they ain't really going into it how they should. Uh, yeah, they ain't really hitting it how I want them to. So, um, it gets deep for real. I ain't gonna hold you. Let me see if I can find something right here. So, there's that flag. There's the flag. There's the Washington flag. The governmental Moorish flag. The flag of Morocco is made of red field with the black border, green interwoven green star. 102 questionnaire for Moorish children, Americans. 19. What kind of flag is a Moorish? It is a red flag with a five-pointed green star in the center planet. In the center, planet Venus for love and copper. 20. What do the 5 point represents? Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. How old is how old is our flag? It is over 50,000 years old. So that 50,000 years old. So I'm gonna just give y'all the. Can you still see me?
Yes.
Okay. So how old is the Bible? So the Bible age varies with this first book, like Genesis, Job, potentially written around 1400 BC, over 3400 years ago. The New Testament completed by 90 CE, over 1900 years ago. But the oldest complete physical Bibles, codex, Vaticanus, Sinaiticus are from the 4th century CE. It's a collection written over 1500 years by 40 authors. Not a single document with its final form canonized around 400 CE. The earliest writing, traditional dating suggests books like Genesis and Job begin around 1400 BCE, making the earliest material
Okay, leave my gifts alone. Oop.
over 3400 years old. So With that being said, the flag right here, the flag is 50,000 years old. So that means that it was life on this planet 50,000 years old, beyond what they saying, um, you know, of the Bible. Now the Bible is a good point of reference, but when you start studying more science, because this is basically what this is more science. When you start studying more science, it really goes into depth about who you are and what you come from. You know what I'm saying? Uh like United Washita D Dug the Manya Moor Nation, the Achita Saga Moors of the First Nation, the Royal House of Tunica, United Washita D Dug the Manya, Ancient Ones, Mound Builders, Naga Moor Nation. When they say the Mound Builders, um, it's literally meaning the ones that built the pyramids. You know what I'm saying? Built the pyramids, built the mounds. You know what I'm saying? Naga Moor Nation, uh, Nanawi, Achita, uh, Ki Kikakish, Amaru, Mox, Homsha, Achu, Laki, Juak, Aruk, Kawa, Mako, Inchuka, Tunica, the Ochita Tunica, Oxida, Ucheta, Av, Heru, Light, or the Revealers of Light, Wachita, Wichita, Washita, Twa, Shai, Olmec, Lemurians, Atlanteans, Dogon, Mandinka, Mandingo, known as the ancient Egyptians, Cometian, Timerican people, Nubians, Ethiopians, Shemitic people, Hebrew Israelites, carriers of haplogroup E1B1A equal the the Washita people, the Meru people of the Amaru, Amen, 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 Rayu, followers of Amen Ra. So when so you know how we say amen at the you know how people say amen at the end of the Bible, right? This would be part of that Amen Ra, because Amen Ra was a god um that people praise to, you know what I'm saying, for good keeping, you know what I'm saying, that they praise to for a good life and what have you. Um Amuru, Saga Moors, original people, Moors, land of the West, Westerners, Moors, land tribal nation, the indigenous aboriginal Otto Chittan peoples of the Americas and the world pursuant to the United Nations Indigenous Peoples Organizational number IPO number 2421, a member of the National Society of UMAAR Unified United Moorish American 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 Amarucan Aboriginal Republic United Nations NGO United Nations non-governmental organization number 37801. So yeah. So basically, uh let's see. Okay. So um admiralty, consular courts, okay. Admiralty, a court which has very extensive jurisdiction of maritime causes, civil and criminal controversies arising out of acts done upon or relating to the sea and question of prize. I'm not gonna read these two right now, but I'm just gonna go straight into it. Um, Let me see. Where do I want to start from? Guess I shouldn't skip anything. Really. So yeah, I guess I shouldn't skip anything. So I guess I should just start up here then. So note in the Black Laws Dictionary Deluxe Fourth Edition, admiralty definition states in the second paragraph, it is properly the successor of the consular courts after the fall of the Western Empire. The fall of the Western Empire. We are in the Western Empire now, allegedly. So when did it fall? The Rastas, the NOA, the NOI, and etc. are still waiting for Babylon, America to fall, i.e., the U.S. So obviously, this is not a reference to the United States, but the last Western Empire, de jure government called the Moorish Empire or the Tartarian barbarian empire prior to this one, de facto government, who stated it is properly the successor of the consular courts. Interesting. So I looked up the meaning of consular courts, and another interesting connection happened, making note in the last sentence of the paragraph, the last of the United States consular courts, Morocco, America, was abolished in 1956. According to the Holy Quran, Circle 7 of the Moorish Science Temple of America by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, chapter, um, I think it's like 20, let me see, that's 12. Well, it might be chapter 22 or 32. Don't give me line, but I guess so I know XLVII. XLVII or XLVVI. Yeah, XLV. That's chapter 48. I said 20. I don't know what I said. But anyhow, chapter 48, Egypt, the capital empire of the Dominion of Africa, the Moabites from the land of Moab, who received permission from the pharaohs of Egypt to settle and inhabit northwest Africa. They were the founders and are the true possessors of the present Moroccan empire, where the Canaanite were with their Canaanite, Hittite, and Amorite brethren who sojourned from the land of Canaan seeking new homes. The new dominion and inhabitation extended from northeast and southwest Africa across Great Atlantis, even unto the present North, South, and Central America, and also Mexico and the Atlantis Islands before the great earthquake which caused the Great Atlantic Ocean. Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Dr. Alina Abe's first cousin, 4 times removed, is responsible for the governmental Moorish flag flying once again on American, Moroccan, or the Moroccan Empire, Washington D. Dugdamania Moors, a maximum empire soil in 1913. Read 101 questionnaire for more children. 31. What is the modern name for the Moabites? Moroccan. Where is the Moroccan Empire? Northwest of Maximum. What is the modern name for a maximum? Africa. Hence, you are in North Africa. A maximum. A maximum. America is the code word for Africa. De Morocco. America decoded is Africa, and Morocco decoded is America. See Anointed News Journal, June 1998, page 23. So it's basically saying that we are in Africa, and those in Africa is in America, and it's all the same. You feel me? And that's what the Great Earthquake was about, which is what he's talking about, which caused the Great Atlantic Ocean right here. The Great Earthquake, which basically the Great Earthquake, it split the landmass. You know what I'm saying? It caused the landmass to split. You feel me? putting America over here, putting Africa, so-called Africa over there. But at one point in time, it was all the same. You feel me? Because at one point in time, it was only one race on the planet. You feel me? Which was the Moors. You know what I'm saying? Um, what have you? If you wanted to call them that back in the day or whatever, you call them what you want them. Egyptians, Cometians, Dink, every name that was just said up here. You know what I'm saying? Nubians, Ethiopians. The Nubians is connected to the Anunnaki. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Nibiru. You know what I'm saying? Nibiru, Nubians. But it talks about all of that in her. But let's continue on. So, so where we at? We are okay right here. So according to the to the tale told to us, Moors, Americans, Prophet Noble Drew Ali is traveled to see President Woodrow Wilson, and here he sat, and they challenged him. Drew Ali raised his right hand and light filled the room. Noble Drew Ali asked the president to teach his people, and they asked him, "Are you talking about the Negroes?" He replied, "There are no Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians. They are descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabited the northwest and southwest shores of Africa. I came for the flag of our ancient forefathers." The president stated, "It is not yet your time." Ali answered, "I have been appointed in due time by Allah, Ra, Heru, Amin Ra, the great God of the universe." One of the president's councils asked, "What kind of flag is your flag?" Drew Ali said, "You have it hidden in your vote." So they went into the vote room. They began to bring out all kinds of modern day flags. Ali stated, "You know, it is much older than these." They began to dig deeper and came up with a red flag and said, "This is the flag of Morocco." The prophet stated, "I am here for the Moorish flag, that which you called a cherry tree." They then dusted off an old flag that was red with the five-pointed green star in the center. The president and council stared, amazed at the exactness of the holy prophet. The president, the president said, "We have had them so long that we will not follow anyone else, and to tell them we will be like putting pants on a mule." The prophet stated, "My flock knows my voice." After a while, he left and returned to his people. Note, there is no documented proof of this ever happening outside of the Moorish Science Temple of America. And I'm going to tell you how powerful that is. That this man, this prophet, knew exactly what this flag was with no direction given. So his direction to go get this flag had to be from something on high, something that was in the spirit world, something that was in the spirit realm to tell him about this flag and what color it was and what have you. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously he's the only one that who knew about it. But even then, if anyone else knew about it, this flag, remind you, this flag is 50,000 years old. You know what I'm saying? This flag is 50,000 years old. So even if he got even if he got intel from his flock or his peoples, somebody was connected in some type of way to know the exact details of his flag. There had to be some type of connection at some point for this flag to be redeemed. But let's continue on. After the mysterious death, murder of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the Great Schism was on. Slave Masonic infiltrators and de facto government agents caused the closing of most temples, at least the ones originally set up by Prophet Noble Drew Ali, MHTS, Moorish Holy Temple of Science of the World, Civic 1926, and Moorish Science Temple America, Moorish Science Temple of America, Religious 1928, without the incorporation of 1934, founded by Charles Kirkman Bay. Bro, Kirkman Bay changed the status of the organization from a religious organization incorporation to a nonprofit organization incorporation, and that's why incorporation is on their charter. The name America is derived from the name Morocco, Al Maroc, and not from the Italian name Amerigo, Americas, Vespucius, 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 Pucas. America was, is part of the dominions of the Morocco Empire, Ottoman, Songhai, Ghanaian, Malian. See United States Code Title 22, Chapter 2, Section 141. 22 United States Code Section 141 to 143. Repealed Act August 1st, 1956. Repealed Section 141 to 143. Effective upon the date which the president determined to be appropriate for the relinquishment of jurisdiction of the United States in Morocco. Jurisdiction of the United States in Morocco was relinquished by a memorandum of President Eisenhower dated September 15, 1956. Notice was given to Morocco on October 6, 1956, and all pending cases were disposed of by 1960. See Bulletin of the State Department, Volume 35, 909, page 844, Section 141. RS section 4083, 4125, 4126, 4127, Act June 14, 1878, Chapter 193, 20 State 131 related to judicial authority generally of ministers and consuls of the United States in China, Siam, Turkey, Morocco, Muscat, Abyssinia, Persia, and territories formerly part of Ottoman Empire, including Egypt. You still on her, love?
Yeah.
Yeah. You ready?
Yes.
That's all you, okay?
Okay.
Can you read? Can you see it?
I can see. Yeah, I can see.
All right. That's all you. Hold on, I'll be right back.
42 ideals of my 1. I honor virtue. 2. I benefit with gratitude. 3. I am peaceful. 4. I respect the property of others. 5. I affirm that all life is sacred. 6. I give offerings that are genuine. 7. I live in truth. 8. I regard all altars with respect. 9. I speak with sincerity. 10. I consume only my fair share. 11. I offer words of good intent. 12. I relate in peace. 13. I honor animals with reverence. 14. I can be trusted. 15. I care for the earth. 16. I keep my own counsel. 17. I speak positively of others. 18. I remain in balance with my emotions. 19. I am trustful in my relationships. 20. I hold purity and high self esteem. High esteem. 21, I spread joy. 22, I do the best I can. 23, I communicate with compassion. 24, I listen to opposing opinions. 25, I create harmony. 26, I invoke laughter. 27, I am open to love in various forms. 28, I am forgiving. 29, I am kind. 30, I act respectfully of others. 31, I am accepting. 32, I follow my inner guidance. 33, I converse with awareness. 34, I do good. 35, I give blessings. 36, I keep the wafers pure. I keep the waters pure. 37, I speak with good intent. 38, I praise the goddess and the God. 39, I am humble. 40, I achieve with integrity. 41, I advance through my own abilities. And 42, I embrace the ally.
Yay. So those are the 42 ideas of my aunt. And let me see. She read the 42 divine principles of my aunt. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna read them with her. I'm gonna go right behind her, y'all. Cause she's a leader and I'm a follower. I'm gonna follow her. You know what I'm saying? Because she's gonna be a great leader for her tribe. You feel me? She's a great leader for her tribe, and you know, we're gonna lead the way. If I don't follow her, we're gonna lead the way together. You hear me? So I honor virtue. One, I honor virtue. Two, I benefit with gratitude. Three, I am peaceful. Four, I respect the property of others. Five, I affirm that all life is sacred. Six, I give offerings that are genuine. Seven, I live in truth. Eight, I regard all altars with respect. Nine, I speak with sincerity. 10, I consume only my fair share. 11, I offer words of good intent. 12, I relate in peace. 13, I honor animals with reverence. 14, I can be trusted. 15, I care for the earth. 16, I keep my own counsel. 17, I speak positively of others. 18, I remain in balance with my emotions. 19, I am trustful in my relationships. 20, I hold purity and high esteem. 21, I spread joy. 22, I do the best I can. 23, I communicate with compassion. 24, I listen to opposing opinions. 25, I create harmony. 26, I invoke laughter. 27, I am open to love in various forms. 28, I am forgiving. 29, I am kind. 30, I act respectfully of others. 31, I am accepting. 32, I follow my inner guidance. 33, I converse with awareness. 34, I do good. 35, I give blessings. 36, I keep the waters pure. 37, I speak with good intent. 38, I praise the goddess and the God. 39, I am humble. 40, I achieve with integrity. 41, I advance through my own abilities. And 42, I embrace the all. So,
That says all.
yeah, all. What you thought it said?
Ali, like ALI.
Ah, okay. Yes, ma'am. So, she, 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 she basically gave y'all the 42 ideas of my art. I gave you the 42 ideas of my art. She gave you the 42 divine principles of my art. And before we head out, I'm going to also go in and I'm going to do the 42 divine principles of my art as well. So we've been on the live for about, I guess it
An
was
hour and 32 minutes.
an hour and 32 minutes. So, um, you want to keep going, or what's up? What you wanna do?
I'm listening. I don't really care.
She's listening. So if she's listening, I'm listening because I'm learning. I done read this stuff 100 times, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've read it so many times, and I can read it again. You know what I'm saying? Because every time I read this information, I learn more and more every time. So it's just giving me more. See, when I look for information, when I read information or hear information, I'm trying to figure out how does it apply to me. You feel me? Because I'm seeking to know thyself because that's what it's about is knowing who you are. So when I go get information, I'm seeking the information about me or we as a union, as a collective, as a collective. Like, where do we stand? How does this information apply to us? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And and even when I say me, I'm still referencing to us because I already know that whatever information that I obtain, I'm gonna give it right back. I'm gonna give it right. I'm gonna basically spread the awareness and the knowledge amongst my people. So it's a we thing, it's a us thing. You know what I'm saying? But and it only applies to those that you are in connection with because when you get on a divine level, you don't attract you when you a divine being, bro, when you God's chosen people, you don't attract nothing but what's chosen, what's in connection with you. You ain't about to be attracting no bullshit, no silly shit, no goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to use these words, but it's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, you're gonna attract righteousness. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's about. But you gotta have, but they say balance, right? Because you gotta have something to test you as well. You know what I'm saying? To uplift you and make you stronger. So you're gonna have testing points too as well, if that makes sense. Because everything can't be always roses and flowers. Sometimes you gotta go through that fire in order to, you feel me, grow and develop and like shed part of you and grow a new part of you. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know what I'm saying? It's like taking off a coat and putting on a new coat. You know what I'm saying? And when you put that new coat on, you like shit. I'm, I feel good. You feel me? So let's continue on. So consequently, the Kingdom of Morocco in East Africa, northwestern part, was not allowed to fly the Moorish flag until 1956 AD, which the five-pointed star is intersecting after their independence from France. Now, the five-pointed green star in the center of a field of red is the governmental Moorish flag, which the star is overlaid. It was the alleged cherry tree that General George Washington, Washington, note the real George Washington was replaced by Adam Weishaupt, the founder of the Bavarian Illuminati, who infiltrated the United States Masonic Lodge. Read Cosmic Trigger Volume 1 by Robert Anton Anton Wilson, chopped down in 1774. Read more civic relations concepts by Morris Mason, Taj Tariq Bey, George Washington, because that's what Washington means, Washington. So if y'all heard me say Washington instead of Washington, it's because that's just me. So it'd be like George Washington, or maybe like George Washington, Adam, we is Shayu Shayu Pitt was a Grand Master Mason and a racist slave owner who convened at the Odd Fellow Convention. The popular name of this convention, according to European history books, became known as the First Continental Congress, and George Washington was elected chairman of this convention. In Masonic terms, he was elected as a Grand Master. The two main issues which were discussed and debated was how were the 13 colonies going to form a united front against King George III of England? How were the 13 colonies going to justify the institution or perpetual slavery of the Moorish inhabitants and populations whom were renamed by the European nations, Negro, black, and colored people, cutting the so-called black people off from the illustrious history of their forefathers. This happened on September 5th, 1774, long before Washington was elected president. Of course, in the story told to us in public school at the age of 9, George Washington told his father, I cannot tell a lie. I chopped down a cherry tree. Assisted by England, Scotland, Ireland, Netherlands, France, Germany, Finland, and Sweden, the United States of America, our Morocco ended their war with the Moors. Ended their war with the Moors. Our Moroccan Empire Washington D. dug the Manuel Moors and signed a treaty of peace and friendship with the Emperor Muhammad Bey III, Moorish Mason, according to the Cherokee. The signing of the signing of the Treaty of Peace and Friendship between the U.S. and the Morocco Empire, American Empire, was done on the bank of the Delaware River. Hence, the reason why Delaware is the first state. Was done on the bank of the Delaware, hence the reason why Delaware is the first state. The seat of the American Moroccan Empire was in the Bronx, New York. General President George Washington Weston wrote to the Sultan Mohammed Bey in New York and not across the waters to the Moroccan kingdom, which did not exist at the time. The aforementioned treaty is the longest unbroken treaty in the history of the United States. Read U.S. Moroccan Relation by Robert G. Newman, former U.S. Ambassador to Morocco 1973 through 1976. On December 1st, 1789, the ninth President of the United States, George Washington Adam Weishaupt. How you say it? You know how to say it? Right here?
Who wished,
Wishel.
wish, wish,
Adam,
wish,
Adam, huh?
wisps. I don't know.
Wish,
Wish.
Adam, we gonna say Adam Wishable, according under the Articles of Confederation. Apologies to his Masonic brother, Emperor Muhammad Bey III, for not sending the regular advices, tribute, a payment by one ruler or a nation to another as acknowledgement of submission or price of protection. Excessive tax. Also, President Washington asked the emperor to recognize their newly formed government. The Moroccan Empire of Moors was the first nation to recognize the 13 colonies as a said sovereign union. See, Morocco was the first nation to recognize the U.S. Obama speech. You can hit the YouTube link right there. Allegedly, the emperor agreed to their recognition because 25 Moors m- were members of the first con- Continental Congress or Contentional Congress. Okay, read the writing of George Washington from the original manuscript source 1745 through 1779 through 1799 by editor John C. Fitzpatrick, volume 30, pages 474, 476. So as you can see, as I was saying, God didn't make no rules when it came to none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? These rules is being applied as we go for the betterment of humanity, for the upliftment of fallen humanity. You feel me? There was no rules. You feel me? There was no rules with none of it. So, you know, these principles, these principles and these ideas, as we read, you know what I'm saying, these principles, these ideas, you know what I'm saying, they're not to just be reading just to be reading for fun, but they literally activate parts of the soul, you know what I'm saying, and connect you to, you know, these historic ancient parts of yourself, which is your ancestors. You know what I'm saying? You already connected with your ancestors. There's never not gonna be no connection, but it just brings about a greater awareness and connection with yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it just does justice on your heart. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta think when they talking about slavery and all of that, all of these things that that our peoples went through. You know what I'm saying? Our foremothers, forefathers, our ancestors, what have you, the shit that they went through is treacherous. You know what I'm saying? So imagine going through that same things that, you know what I'm saying? Though those times where that shit was going on, it could have been you going through that. But y'all know me, you know me, I like to jump over shit because I'm real big on the working of the mind. So I respect all of this information, but I'm still like my mind is still on the working of the mind. And part of the working of the mind is the way you think. You see what I'm saying? Because obviously, let's just say if we wasn't, let's just say we just got her. You feel me? We just got her. Everything that's going on, it would then be like, okay, this the shit that our foremothers and forefathers went through, but then we still gotta recognize current life for what it is. But the whole thing is, I don't know, bro. It gets deep and it gets because it's really about the way you think, bro. How about that? Because I don't want to downplay the shit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't accept defeat neither because it's just like they talking about slaves and oh how you can't fly your flag and You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, who can't nobody there to tell you what you can and can't do, bro. Like, you do what you want to do. Like, fuck what motherfuckers think. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm on the working of the mind. 'Cause it's just like we gotta bypass some of these timelines because it is like you gotta stand in your sovereignty, and that's what it's about with me. You know what I'm saying? Um, is not accepting. I don't accept defeat by no means. It's victory over defeat every single day. Nobody can tell you what you can and can't do. You do what you want to do when you want to do it. As long, especially as long as if I mean you do what you want to do, good or bad. If you do bad, just know you reap what you sow. You do good, you reap what you sow. You know everything has a karmic effect to it. So what you do, it has karma, whether if it's good karma or bad karma. If you go out here and do somebody dirty shit, dirt gonna come back around. You do somebody good, the good gonna come back around. So you do what you want to do. But all of this is cool. You know what I'm saying? All of this is cool, but it says I have been appointed in due time by Allah. And y'all know what we on. We some Allahlians around here, you know what I'm saying? And then we got Christian, you know what I'm saying? We got Allahlians, we got Christians, you know what I'm saying? We got Moors. I'm a Moor at heart, you know what I'm saying? I'm all of it, you know what I'm saying? I'm all of it that is divine with me. But again, it's victory over defeat. And not saying that our folks been defeated, but to me what it sounds like is our people was fighting each other. That's really what it is, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of why it's like kind of hard for me to wrap my head around a lot of this shit, because we've been trained mentally to think that, oh, it's just white people versus black people. And that's where the confusion, not even confusion, but that's where like things in my mind kind of been like, man, kind of been like, fuck all that. Woo woo. I ain't accepting this shit. I'm not, nah, fuck all that. Like for a little minute there, I'm like, man, the hell with this shit. These niggas got defeated, nigga. You feel me? Like and I'm just being gonna keep it gangster with you. Like these niggas got defeated. These niggas got their ass whooped, and we sitting here trying to go behind these niggas and 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 vouch for this shit, nigga. Then we getting our ass whooped too. You feel me? Because if you vouching for this shit, then obviously you gotta accept defeat or being a prisoner of war. And it's like, nah, nigga, we come from the stars, my nigga. You feel me? So we come from the stars. So it's like, shit, nigga, we standing in sovereignty, but we can't say that they got their ass whooped because we really don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? We only know the story of what's being told, but the story is deeper than these little words. You know what I'm saying? So I would never disrespect it. I would never disrespect, you feel me, what our ancestors went through, because everything we reading is ancestral. You know what I'm saying? So it's gotta be a level of respect there, because essentially what happened, to my knowing, is that they traded on each other. Somebody backstabbed somebody, and it was in the house. It wasn't no white motherfucker who came in and infiltrated the house. No, the infiltration started from within the house. And this is why black people don't trust each other now, because this shit that was happening then is what's happening now. We still, what I'm saying? It's kind of like it's in the genetics. It's in the genetic code. You know what I'm saying? And we're healing the trauma from this. You know what I'm saying? This is why you the way you are. This is why you don't trust your nobody in your family. This is why you like, man, fuck everybody, woo woo, because it's in your genetic code not to trust nobody. Not only that, but that shit was taught in slavery as well. But again, it was tribes slaving tribes. But see, we got it in our mind that the stories that was told to us, because see, we still stuck on these stories that was told to us as kids. You know what I'm saying? And that's the best time to train and put something in. That's basically the best moments to put information in someone's psyche is a child, because they're in their growing and developing stages. So when you got this when you got this story of, oh, white people slaved your ancestors, they slaved black people, blah 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 blah, blah, and then you look at yourself in the mirror and you like, shit, nigga, I'm the same color as these niggas that got slave. You know what I'm saying? It's like building this shit around your psyche. Or we ain't even gonna go off of color, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna say color, but you got the same remnants of those that they showing you that were slaves. You know what I'm saying? At least you think it, because you're not the body. So you really don't know what you are. You don't know what you truly look like. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what your soul look like. You don't know what your spirit look like, because you're a spiritual being. You know what I'm saying? It's not to say that your temple is not spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously this is light. You know what I'm saying? It's just from a different perception. You know what I'm saying? From whatever view of vision you seeing, your seeing whatever you seeing from. So that's just one perspective. But the thing is just back to this shit with the ancestors, and the victory over defeat and never being defeated. Because when you accept, basically you gotta accept, like, damn, obviously, like, this shit should basically telling you, like, somebody was on the underhand. You know what I'm saying? Somebody did something to somebody and caused great pain and suffering to a peoples, and then oppression came about, gentrification and genocide came about. And I don't want to be on neither side. I'm neutral. I'm in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be the one defeated, and then I don't want to be the one that was doing the defeat. That was doing the defeating over the ones that got defeated. So I'm in a neutral zone where it's like, pick no sides and don't get in the middle. Take no sides, because whoever was on the underhand, who was being slaved, they was going through shit. You know what I'm saying? They was going through the fucking most. Then it's just like, you be damned if you do, you be damned if you don't. You ain't finna let nobody fucking do you like that. But then you got the so-called upper hand that was doing what they was doing to those that's on the other hand. But it didn't start with white people doing it though. It started again, the infiltration started in the house. So with that being said, it just shows you how dangerous shit can be. And this is why it says be sober and be vigilant. You feel me? 9 times out of 10, nigga got drunk, start running his mouth, or a female. It's always over a nigga that was drinking, running his mouth. It's over a female, or it's about some motherfucking money, some greed, something that got to do with greed. You feel me? Which it goes into them 7 deadly sins and shit like that. But either way it go, I respect all of it. Nigga, I respect those that went through the slavery more than I respect those that did the slavery, cause I don't respect that shit at all. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't respect it at all, but whatever they did, it made the ones that was being enslaved stronger. So you see how you got a foe that made those that was going through the oppression and the slavery, made them some bad motherfuckers, because they the true heroes, because they had to go through that shit, and they went through that shit, and they went through that shit, and they kept going through that shit, and they stayed strong, and they fought, and they did what they had to do every single day. If this story is true now, if this story is true, but it's got to be true to have this much information about it. It is so deep, because, like I tell you all the time, bro, this shit was just literally 300 years ago, 400 years ago, couple thousand years ago. This shit's been going on for a long time, y'all. It ain't just been no couple hundred years ago. We can shit back when Jesus only lived to be 33. So if he only lived to be 33, and they saying that he was born in AC B he was born in AC 6, then that means, you feel me? Then he had to, well, let's see when they saying he's born. Jesus was born in what year? Yeah, Jesus was born between 6 and 4 BC, before Christ, not in year 1 AD, because historical records link his birth to King Herod the Great Ring, who died around 4 BC, and Luke account of census. You feel me? Blah blah blah. Blah. So yeah, we talking The flag is older than Jesus, bruh. You know what I'm saying? The flag, Jesus was born in the year 5500 years after the world was created. But yeah, whatever. So anyhow, I respect those that went through the slavery because nigga, they the reasons why we still here today. You know what I'm saying? They the reasons why we still here today and we still kicking, we still going. It's the reason why we the way we are strong. We survivors. We survivors of this shit and we kept doing our thing and we did this shit, you know what I'm saying? You did this shit, you know what I'm saying? Because you still here experiencing this shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know, a lot of motherfuckers be talking about how, oh, this is a prison planet and all that old shit like that. Nigga, man, we'll talk about that another time. But if you don't respect the earth itself and what's going on this earth and the people on this earth, you're not going nowhere else. You're not going nowhere. You're not leaving this motherfucker. You can't even respect and love what's here in front of you. So how you think you about to leave and go to another realm? You don't even respect this realm. You don't even respect the what's going on and what had happened here. You ain't even paid homage to what happened here, bro. Motherfuckers really went through some shit. There was no rules. So if it happened then, it can happen again. So it's up to you to take care of yourself. It's up to you to have this knowledge. It's up to you to be prepared for war at all times. But we don't want to spread no more war. We want to spread peace, love, freedom, truth, and justice. You feel me? The very remnants of my we were just talking about what's representing the flag, you know what I'm saying? And what have you. Because people really had to go through that type of shit, bro. Brutal. That's brutal. You feel me? And we're gonna get into it, y'all. We're gonna get into it, but that's some of this information. We've been on here about an hour and 56. Uh we read all of that. Let's see, bro. Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali, bro. I cook Bay, GG, Amitri, Amiritas of said that the Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali told the Moors that the Europeans went to the Moroccan government and asked for permission to come over here to America to develop this land, and they were given a 50-year mandate to do so. So the Europeans came over here and asked for help. You feel me? They asked for help. So the European went to an old sheik and asked him to give them some people to help them to develop this land. The sheik told them to take those Moors because they are not going to do anything. This is a direct reference to the Treaty of Peace and Friendship between Morocco and the U.S. So this is the first page of the Moroccan Treaty of 1787. Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin worked closely with the Moors and the Continental Congress to secure this treaty. In the Bevan's collection, there are over 200 letters to the Bey of Morocco from the Continental Congress. There were many Moors in the Continental Congress working with the European Masons, originally taught by Moors to form a Novus Ordo Secularum, new secular order of the ages pluribus unum, out of many peoples and nations. One, the Moroccan treaty is very powerful because, according to the Constitution, treaties are the law of the land. This treaty specifically deals with Moors. The question then may arise, how do we know that where the treaty says Moors, that so called black people of that time is being referred to? Got any questions, love?
No, but that girl at the bottom, Elisa, she looked like Harriet Tubman.
Who?
Yeah,
Elise? Her?
yeah,
She do though, don't she?
kinda.
Elisa Turner, Quitman, pure-blooded Washita Tunica. She do. She look just like Harriet Tubman. Let's pull up Harriet Tubman, y'all. How you spell it? Harriet?
E.T.
What? Ain't no way. What fat is her though?
When she came back,
Type shit.
or it's one of her ancestors or something.
It look just like her though, don't it?
Harriet's face features is a little stronger, but they kind of look similar.
That's crazy. Hmm. That's a good catch.
When my hair's not done, I'll be feeling like I look like a slave.
You said what?
When my hair's not done, I'll be thinking I look like a slave.
That's funny. Ah, that's hilarious. Hey, she's wild.
If I was born a couple decades before this, I've probably been in slavery. Probably like 10 decades. I've
You
been in
want to read?
yeah.
So you
Okay, but help me if I can't say the word, okay?
okay?
Okay. Sister M. Whitehead L., who is Sister M. Lovett L., passed. Gigi of Illinois, who was the Holy Prophet's wife's aunt. She was the aunt of Sister Pearl Ali. Stated that Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, "Look what I have on now. This was handed to me by the government. It represents the royal prince." Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Sheikh, read it in parentheses. Read what's in parentheses.
Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali.
Was born Timothy Drew in the territory North Carolina on January 8th, 1886. I was given a high name over there in Mecca, but you cannot use it over here. Be good, Moors, and I will hand it down to you. He arrived in Arabia as an angel Muslim from Egypt. There in the holy city of Mecca, elegantly was given the holy attribute to the head of the holy city, Sultan Abdul Aziz
You skipped a
Abi.
whole line, girly.
Did I?
Yeah, you skipped this whole line. You need me to blow it up?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Organism, man. Okay. So where's blue is what I missed.
Yeah, so you was like the city of Mecca. That's where you right here. That's where you was.
There in the city of Mecca, Timothy Drew. New information concerning Drew's first name is Thomas and not Timothy. Elegantly was given the holy attribute through the head of the holy city, Sultan Abdul Aziz I Abu Suab, a direct descendant of Hagar, who named him El Hajj Saraf Abdul Ali. He was born in Tunica, Moors, and Kittuam, Cherokee, Kohar, raised up on a Cherokee Solidly, Saus-
Tassology. Tassology.
Solid.
Anawa.
Mm.
Anayu. Anayun. Anayun Waya. Kitua. Cherokee. Kohara. Kohari.
Reservation around the age of 7 with his father's people, associated with the Smoky Mountains Native American Reservation near the city of Clinton in Simpson County, referred to as Simpson Buck County, non existence in North Carolina Republic. However, there is a village called Simpson Greenville in Pitt County, North Carolina. However, The only said Indian reservation around is approximately 50 miles away. In Halawa Sapani tribe, the Halawi Sapani tribe. It could not be Simpson, North Carolina, because Simpson as a village slash town did not become incorporated until 1914. But it is possible people refer to the area prior to that as Simpsonburg. To that as Simpsonburg. But even then, Simpson is not a county. Prophet Noble Drew Ali was born in 1886. Nevertheless, a couple of countries away in Sampson County, which was formed in 1785, over 100 years before the birth of the prophet. New information has come to light concerning the prophet's birth location. According to new evidence, the prophet was born in Norfolk, Virginia. So nobody really knew where he was born. They just made assumptions. But after
Basically,
studying, they realized he was basically just born in Norfolk. But I guess that's where that would be today, Norfolk, Virginia.
basically,
Because Simpson is not even doesn't exist anymore.
either that or either that or the name. It said it could not be Simpson, North Carolina, because Simpson as a village town did not become incorporated until right. So it's basically saying that
No, but Simpson Bug County was in North Carolina, basically. And Virginia and North Carolina is nowhere near the same thing.
right.
They're approximately 50 miles apart.
How you
Basically.
know it? Oh, right there. Okay, right. Okay.
But who's the white man? He's from the
He
Indian.
look he looks white, but I don't think
He's
he
Indian.
is. Yeah, he's Cherokee. He's Kohari. Kohari. So the reason why I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like where we at right now, right? We in Louisville, Kentucky. I think I went over this in one of the other presentations that we did. Excuse the mind, but that we did. And I talked about how ancient Louisville, Kentucky is. You know what I'm saying? It's like right in the middle of all of this. Uh, because here in Kentucky, you got Cherokee Park. You got a lot of tribes that was here in Louisville, Kentucky. So a lot of this information reference to, you know, um Kentucky, you know what I'm saying? In Louisville specifically. But you know what I'm saying, of course it's gonna be all the surround these different territories, but I'm just speaking on Louisville, Kentucky because a lot of people don't know this information. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't get the opportunity to even come in contact with this information unless they doing really extensive research because here you got you got you got you got Cherokee Park, you got Shawnee Park, you got Algonquin Park. Um, what else you got? You got
Of course.
Chicken Saw Park. You got Iroquois Park. That's five tribes that I just named. You know what I'm saying? That we just named that is in reference to this information. And those five tribes will be mentioned in this information. Guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? So um the following information is taken from the Return of the Ancient Ones by Her Highness Verdiasi Tierra Washita Tunica Gaston El Bay, Prophet Noble Drew Ali's first cousin, one time removed, and Dr. Alim El Bay's second cousin, three-time removed. Okay, so um, the United States government assumed military control over North America east of the Mississippi River pursuant to the Treaty of Paris of 1783 and U.S. incorporation. of 1789, the former British Quebec, Louisiana, 1774, 1789, became U.S. Northwest Territory north of the Ohio River, while the Louisiana south of the Ohio River became the U.S. Southwest Territory. See U.S. Southwest and U.S. Northwest ordinances of the corporate U.S. government. Remember what I told y'all. The United States, the United States, the United States is a corporation. It's a corporation that has policy, procedures, rules, regulations, statutes, codes, ordinances, and yeah, you know what I'm saying? Um, and ordinances, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, meaning that if it's a corporation, then it acts as a business. A corporation is a business. So a business, it's a business that's in government or a government that is in business. You see what I'm saying? So me and you, me and you can go do the same. We can get a group of people and go start our own
Why was
government.
I already saying it? Like if I was to go to an island and start my whole like own continent like type shit, like just everybody starting from like I don't know, like just not like having to live under like the U.S. makes, like all the rules and regulations the U.S. has, stuff like that.
Right.
Like maybe we could fly again and everything. Do you believe we could fly?
What you mean?
Like a lot of people, like my mama, she believed that we used to be able to fly and stuff.
Like with our bodies or
Well, as human beings, we could fly. Like all the movies with the lords and stuff, like they was
yeah,
flying.
that's what I'm saying. With our bodies, like
Yeah,
with our temples.
yeah, like we had powers, superpowers.
Yeah, facts. We gonna get into all of that. We're gonna get into all of that. Me and you would probably do more studying, like beyond like without going live and stuff like that. Cause some stuff I don't reveal, not just yet. You know what I'm saying? Until till I'm given the goal to reveal it. You know what I'm saying? Because some stuff is deeper than you know what I'm saying. It's deeper than rap. You feel me? So, but yeah, she's for sure on point about being able to fly and um that good type of stuff like that, because that's real life right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To be able to fly and all that other good stuff, that's real life. So so but yeah, uh because you gotta think you are every attribute of God, right? So you know what I'm saying? At some point in time, we didn't need none of these customs. We didn't need cell phones. We didn't need airplanes. Everything you see or everything that you come in contact is literally a reflection of who you are and what you can do. If you see an airplane in the sky, that's because you can fly. If you see a cell phone that can communicate with somebody across the world, that's because you can communicate with somebody across the world. If you see a TV, that means that you can project your reality and potentially enter into that reality as a portal. You see what I'm saying? So all of these things that we witness to is is basically telling you who you are and what you can do. You see what I'm saying? So, um, you know, gladiator, gain your wings. You know what I'm saying? But in order to do these great things, this is why they say it's why they call it school or whatever, because you gotta think, like I tell you all the time, like you gotta think of what you know what I'm saying? Let's just you gotta look we gotta look at ourselves as little babies, right? And our ancestors is like trillions and eons years of age, and they've been doing this for so long and so long and so long and so long, and it's just like they just watching over us. Yeah, what we think on the world, what we think is cruel and all of that, you know what I'm saying? the way we see it, like, oh, it's happened. Oh, that's sad. Like, yeah, the man failed, conscience failed, but it's like at the same time, it gives you a sense of knowing what love is. It's the only way you're gonna know what love is if there's something there corrupted to like basically show you like, damn, this is not even right. You know, this is wrong as fuck. That's how you gain. That's how your love unfold because you like, man, in your heart you just know like that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't right what y'all did to him. That ain't right what y'all did to her. You know what I'm saying? That ain't right what y'all did. So it's already embedded in you to have love. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like there has to be some type of protocol there for you to experience your own love for humanity, for whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? That where love and sympathy and care need to be shown. You know what I'm saying? There has to be some type of stigma or some type of variable to be able for your love to express itself. So when we watch the news and somebody done got killed or somebody got hurt and we're like, damn, that's fucked up. That's because that's us expressing our love for humanity to say, man, that's wrong, man. I want better for them or want better, you know what I'm saying? So, you gotta think this is where, purity and discipline come in because if you can't master what's going on here, if you can't master the physical or the material, or you can't master the earthly realm, then mastering any other realm ain't gonna be there's not gonna be no level of mastery. And it's like one of those things where it's just like I can't afford for you to fail. I can't afford for you to get this far and you fucking fall. I can't allow for you to start flying and you going a million miles per hour, but you don't have no discipline enough to be like slow your brakes. Or you know what I'm saying? Like there has to be some type of discipline there for you to I don't know. There has to be some type of discipline there, but it's just one perspective. You know what I'm saying? I'm still big on the working of the mind, and basically, this is where we, this is where we're trying to get humanity back to. You know what I'm saying? We already doing that. Obviously, we can already do that stuff. We've been doing it. We've been doing it for a long time, but this is where we're trying to get humanity. This is where we're getting humanity back to. Um, for the fallen ones that fail, you know what I'm saying? We're the guide to get them there so they can fly again, so they can gain their wings and what have you, and get there and be there. Uh, for those that feel like they can't fly or whatever, because it's all mental. You know what I'm saying? It's mental. It's all about the working out of mind. Uh, Shoo. So I think I might come back to that, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Well, I already started, right? So also the Northwest ordinances of the corporate U.S. government. Meanwhile, the Treaty of San Lorenzo, 1795, also known as the Pinconning Treaty, reestablished the 31 parallel as the southern boundary of the United States of America, acknowledging the Spanish Floridas in Spanish Louisiana, in the Spanish Louisiana west of the Mississippi River. The Spanish D. Bourbon would now serve as the protectorate of the lands and sovereignty of the Washita Nation of Moors. Okay, okay, okay. Let's go then. Given the secret treaty of San to Defonso of 1800, the D. Bourbon Charles, King of Spain, succeeded the French Emperor Napoleon One Bonaparte, the seaport city of New Orleans, only the whole of Spanish Louisiana was not conveyed or transferred to the Napoleon. So when Napoleon succeeded the port city of the New Orleans to U.S. President Thomas Jefferson as the so-called Louisiana Purchase Treaty of 1803, The whole of Louisiana west of the Mississippi River was not included. This fact has been secured in the original documents. The secret treaty of San to Defonso of October 1st, 1800. See also the secret treaty of the San Defonso of 1762 for the Emperor Spanish land grant conveyed to the French crown in the person of Louis 48. Meanwhile, given the death of both the heir to the French crown, Louis, I said 40, no, it's got to be 47, 48, and the heirs to the Washington throne, i.e., Maria, the titles of Louisiana, Dauphin and Regent Marquis de Mason Roux were conveyed to the next in line to the Emperor French crown, Louis Francis Joseph de Bourbon, Prince de Conti, 1734, 1814, the son of Louis Francis de Bourbon, Prince de Conti, 1717, 1776. Man, I'm okay, so I'm literally reading all of this right now, if I'm mistaken. Bro, it's a lot to read, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. We ain't even hitting. It's a lot to read. We've been on here, y'all, for a little minute though, so we're gonna smack him right here. Uh, when we start back up, we'll start right here, y'all. When we start back up, we'll just go through this and show y'all the maps. You feel me? Um,
Is that a real cheetah on her lap?
think so. It might be.
Oh. She had mind control. Alright.
What does that look like to you? You see it?
Mm-hmm.
What does that look like?
A cat? A devil? I don't know.
You see it though? Like you got the cheetah's ears is right here, and then the eyes is right there. But what is this?
A mouth?
You see it though? The eyes right here.
Mm.
Unless I'm tripping. I don't know, gang.
She had on a cheetah dress too.
Right. Um. Yeah. It's just talking about all the good land, the good parts. It's important not to skip a part because again, when you read it in order it has been written, man, it activates something in your being, bruh. It activates something in your being, in your soul. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause if you try to jump from upper to all the way here, shit, you ain't gonna really get the full connection. This is the part I like right here. All of this good stuff right here. You feel me? But you feel me? This is the photos of the brain, hypothalamus gland, pituitary gland, the thalamus gland, the pineal gland. You feel me? Yeah. So it gets real serious. It's gonna get serious once we get past those certain parts. Cause that's my part I like. But yeah, uh let's you wanna keep going, let's you wanna read. I'm kinda I'm hey, you wanna read? Cause I don't wanna read.
I don't know. We can wait till
No?
tomorrow. We
Well,
can
we gonna wait till later. She said, "Ma, we're gonna wait till later, y'all." So I'm gonna leave that
wait.
right there. Huh? My
It is
eyes. Huh?
It is tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't believe in them. I believe, but yeah, for what it is, yep. Tomorrow is what's tomorrow.
Okay.
Man, that was a long. That's a hey putting in that work. That's only 2 hours though. It ain't even nothing. Man, it's some folks out there. Some of the brothers and sisters, dog, they be doing this shit for 9 hours straight.
Well, it's
Uh,
like a whole shift.
man, a whole shift. Do you hear me?
Well,
I can pull up videos right now where they putting in major work. Do you hear me?
but where is these documents in?
What
Where
you
are they
mean?
at? Where? Like how do you find them?
With these documents we going over,
Yes.
you just gotta find them. What you looking for them?
Yes.
For real? Hey,
Damn. I didn't even know nothing about them. Like this is kind of all new to me.
yeah. So you know, it gets deep. For real, for real. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's why it's important to read. You tired?
No. Are you tired?
Who me?
Uh-huh.
Nah.
I'm being thrown right now, but I got a B minus in class.
B minus.
I just had an A last week.
What you got a B minus?
I'm disappointed in myself.
What you got a B minus in?
It's just like the overall grade as of right now.
Um,
But yeah.
why didn't you add your name on there?
Because it was on my other one. Are you still recording?
Yeah, it's still recording.
Stop recording.
I'm about to end it though.